um, in revisiting the video that I hope you'll look at that I'm about to send, I didn't realize that all all through my recitation and pointing out of the drawings, that I was walking on the drawings with socked feet very carefully. But you will notice this as we go, because they're spread out all over the floor, and the only way I could kind of give you a view of them is just to kind of not walk around them, but kind of walk on them. but I did it very carefully in case you're interested in never never and ever acquiring one. It won't have my footprint on it, I hope. Anyway, enough of that. That prepares you for something coming up. Oh, good. Wouldn't you know, just at the moment that I turn this on, that there's a bit of noise out in the street. What I'm about to do right now, which I think befits somebody's notion of a New York artist, I'll call myself that since I don't know what else to call myself, is give you a quick look at my work, which I don't think will do it any much justice or all, but at least it will give you some idea of the craziness I've been involved in here. These are, I think, 21 sort of composite things. Sometimes they're one on one page. They're drawings. They're sometimes what do I call? They're not collages exactly, but they're put together more than one drawing. Like this is sort of one of my favorite ones. Actually, it's just been turned into a kind of a unit, but as has that, and some of them are, well, they're I think they have power, and the departure that I've made with these, many of you who may have seen my drawings and poems before, is that, well, I've written a poem here and there for this or that one. This is a kind of giant one. I'll show you the largest one on a door. I'm finding that it's like they were getting angry at me for having to append a poem as if they needed an explanation. Now, you may think, for example, let's say we'll look at this one. This does need an explanation, and I therefore sometimes give it a tiny poem, like, be the thing than which there is no greater bulwark for the soul, which also is the soul. So I gave them a little thing to give it some kind of thing. Oh, I like that little poem too. So every once in a while I'll sort of give in, and here's another one. I do like this drawing. Which one does this say? Oh, be the species of thing you are, evince that species' traits, but the rest of it, au revoir. Oh, bid the rest of it au revoir. That will open the gates. Okay, we have these little kind of, well, they're not Alan Wattsian, but you get the idea. Anyway, I think the work that I'm doing here, I'm going to sound terribly self-serving here. I think it's the best drawings I've ever done, and I really do like them together. And while they don't, they may not have, unless you've got the imagination to provide it, a reason for being, like a tale, whatever. They suggest that they have stories. This is also one of my favorite ones. What does this say? I can't even remember. Who'd ever have supposed that we'd look quite as wonderful as we look now, as we look right now, posed. Yeah, they rather like themselves occasionally. This is like this one too, and whatever it's about. Here's one of my more mammoth ones, and this seems to have a little poem on it too, which I will read as badly as I've been reading them. It isn't that you aren't happy, You greet your circumstances with great cheer, but none of it convinces you you're here. I think that's one of my better ones, actually. And then there's, I love this one over here. I take great happiness in being able to say I love anything I've done, because it's not often the case, or at least it hasn't been. Who knows what's going on, but I love it. And then this one, which covers most of the door, I think I actually put a yardstick to it. It's 45 inches tall and about between 23 and 24 across. Let's just look a little more closely into the faces. All kinds of faces being brought together. And I like that there's thought and feeling in every one of them, although I never know what they're thinking or feeling. So this one has, does everyone need therapy? And it goes down here and it says, God, yes. I like this one a lot too. Now, the ones I'm not going to show you in any great detail are the ones that are on the walls. There's my mother. She was at the Art Students League when she was, I don't know, about 21 or so, in the early 30s. That's where my father and my mother met, was the Art Students League. I'm just going to, let you see these very quickly, because, which will probably make them even more annoying, since we won't be. I mean, see, what I'd love to have anyone who's looking at this right now is to come here, take a look at them closely, sort of make friends with those that he or she feels like he wants to make friends, he or she like they. God, the pronouns you have to use these days. And I'll say it again, I think this is the best work I've ever done. I think it's really good. They are cardboard and paper, as you can see. Some of them can be, as indeed, I will have some sort of normal ones. I like both of these actually in frames. Some of them will be in frames, but in fact, whatever their value may be as a result of not being framed and being in cardboard and paper and all of that, there are a lot of people who who want it so that it won't go up in a fire. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to help you with a whole lot of that. If you want to make it more permanent, then if you're interested in these things, you will have to figure that out on your own. Which probably means I won't sell a damn single one of these. But just want to give you a. This is like taking you by the hand and rushing you through Broadway at its most crowded. But it is interesting to me that I have apparently, in a burst, all of this stuff has come out, or most of it has come out in the past sort of 6 months or so. Whatever this burst, this sort of need, this urge to create is, I don't know, I'm 71 years old, so maybe that has something to do with it. These are actually some of my more favorite ones. The colors get really sort of deep and rich in some of these. So I'll take you just through the kitchen. It's in every room, except my bedroom, which I find interesting. There's a little sojourn in front of the bathroom. But it's almost like I haven't done them, so that when I say, aren't they beautiful, I don't feel like I'm praising myself. I don't know what I'm praising exactly, except I just like them. Okay, now you'll get to see me. Won't that be exciting? So I'm now standing in my bathroom, so you can see there's a Henry James creature to my right on the top. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything in my bathroom. But you see the stuff on the wall behind me. And this is really pretty peculiar, isn't it? Maybe it's not. Maybe other people do this all the time, or maybe it's something that happens to you in New York after a certain age when you think, this is it, kids, sing, as they said to Judy Garland in A Star Is Born. She went out there and sang. So this is as much as I'm going to tell you about any of it, except that if you're in New York and if you want to see, oh, I do like these two. I'm going to be the background for them. And if you want to make a closer acquaintance with them, I'll make you a cup of tea, and you can do that. So that's the official. Oh, look at this here. I'm going to put this, like having this as a background is like, really shows the, how much I've lost my mind, probably. It really is fun. And when you're coming down to the end of the run, I mean, it's not bad to just kind of let it all hang out, this is some kind of species of thing. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for dropping in, and who knows what will happen with this. I'm hoping to have some shows, one of which, if I'm lucky, may be at Middlebury, where I went to college, next, whenever they have our 50th anniversary, and so that'll be next year in June or so, and I hope, before then to have one, or maybe two, in New York. I'll let you know. Thanks.